Welcome to the miners' track of Snowdon. Today we're going to visit the mines of Britannia. We're also going to see Clyn Clydach. Follow us along.
This was to be our first stopping point, at Clyn Terrin, the site of the old miners' buildings, now left in ruin, desolate, dark and abandoned, before our journey was to continue. We soon arrived at the next milestone of our journey, Clyn Clydach. We stood and gazed across the waters in awe of what once was. King Arthur, Excalibur, and of course the Lady of the Lake, all had once been where we were now. And yet the foreboding sigil of Mount Snowdon and Crib Goch lay hidden within the dark mists of the day.
Now, behind me here, we have the ore processing building where the ore was brought down from the copper mines and it was processed here. In fact, it wasn't brought down on the miners' track, which I'm stood on now, but across and over the mountain by means of a cableway, which has long since gone. There's some remnants. But this was the building where they processed the ore.
In fact, this mine had been around since 1800 and had been mined for many years by a number of companies, including the Snowdon and Dallowin copper mines in 1847, even though the mine had been around much earlier. It was most famously mined by the Britannia Copper Mine Company Limited in 1898, from where it takes its name now, but was finally mined by the Pennypass Copper Company in 1915 until it closed in 1916. And nothing now remains but the deep dark shadows of the ore processing unit on the shores of Clyn Clydach, once home to the Arthurian tales of old, Excalibur and the Lady of the Lake. We climbed the track between the two lakes and reached Glas Lyn, the home of the copper mines. As we looked around, we saw the first of the spoil heaps, giving away the location of one of the Britannia mines. Right by this spoil was the connecting path from the miners' track to the pig track, used by folk heading for the summit of Mount Snowdon. But it was the mine we were interested in, and we headed on.
Right, we've arrived at the mine. It's the first mine of the lot on the miners' track, just between the pig track and the miners' track. Let's go and have a look. Now inside of the mine, travelling inside the passage, and one of the party behind us down there. Another party member up here.
It's not a party member, it's the dude.
It's not a party member, it's the dude. Right. What do you think of this mine?
My first impression is that it's very miney, and it was dark until you shined a light into my eyes.
Well, that was a very good description of a mine on Snowdon, part of the Britannia mine. Plenty of sulphur in this mine. The orange, well, yellowy coloration is from iron, well, the brown is the iron, and we've got sort of ochre type stuff. And this is the old railway line. You can see where the sleepers used to be. You can see that the railway lines are missing, long gone.
It is much minier than I thought it would be.
And what do you think of this mine, Peter?
I think it's really nice. I'm a tall dude, I'm big. I'm a big unit, and I'm stood up straight, as you can see. What's interesting is the candles that are here on the side. Obviously people come here and they love the place. That's some people, but other people hate the place. Look at the flotsam and jetsam. Humanity at its worst.
Bastards.
This is one of the drill marks that shows where the mine has drilled in. I can see there, and you can see which direction the drill was going. In this case it's going from right to left. But just here is the end of the drive. That's the end of the mine, and it goes no further. For this mine, that's it. Well, that's it for our adventure today. We've been along the miner's track. We've seen Fleet out. We've got the upland behind us.